girlies, and welcome back to the pod. Today we're talking all about how to be motivated at the end of the school year, how to keep going, motivate yourself to study for finals, AP exams, or even just finish work that you might have missing, or maybe you're behind, or just ending the year strong, whether you're a senior or literally any other time of different grade, doesn't matter. Everyone, we all want to finish strong, okay? We don't want to let the last few weeks be why we're doing bad in a class. And as someone who is a senior right now and is experiencing some senioritis, I can say that has kind of affected me a bit, specifically in one class, but I'll talk about that later. First of all, let's chat all about my week. So this week, wow. First of all, new season of Elite, that's not how you actually say it. I think there's a more Spanish way of saying it, but it's a Spanish drama about this rich international school, and there's a murder every season in the school. It's really good. So new season of that came out. So of course, super excited. I've been binging that. And, yeah, this week I'm excited because my siblings both come home for the weekend since it's Easter. Their school gives them a long weekend, or I don't know, but they're just coming home anyway. And this week I had a bit of an issue. So I have prom coming up, right? And I had ordered a prom dress literally middle of February. It still hasn't come yet. And I ordered it. It was from an international thing, which might have been my fault. Yeah, okay. And so I ordered it. And I was like, okay, it's February. My prom is end of April. It'll get here in time. Middle of April right now. Still no notification. Nothing saying except that my order is confirmed. No information about shipping. So I emailed the company. I was like, hello, where is my dress? I have an event end of April. Is it going to get here in time? And they're pretty much like, well, because of COVID, because of Ukraine-Russia issue, yeah, it's gonna take a bit, but we'll keep you updated. So that really pretty red dress that I ordered, that I wanted to wear so badly, not getting it, okay? Not getting it. And that kind of sucks because I was like, wow, I'm so proactive. I'm ordering a prom dress months in advance. I'll be good. I am not good. So then the other day, right, I found this MacDougall dress and I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, princess, I'm going to look so good. And then I looked at the MacDougall website, sold out in my size. So I looked at a bunch of other websites, all sold out. And then I found this one website that did have it. And so I ordered it immediately. And I was like, great. Now I'm going to have a dress. Everything is okay. Everything is great. No, everything is not great, okay? Because then, middle of the day, I'm sitting in math class. I got a phone call from New York. Of course, I'm not answering because I'm like, it's probably one of those spam calls, right? No. It was the dress company calling me. Hi, were you the one that ordered the MacDougall dress? Yes. And they were like, well, just so you know, the dress is not going to be able to ship out until at least April. Girl, April? What? Oh, wait, no, not April. May. She said May. Not going to be able to ship out until May. She's like, when's your event? I was like, end of April. And she's like, yeah, that's not going to work. I was like, well, duh. Of course that's not going to work. And so she gave me the option. She was like, okay, we can either cancel your order or I can let you find something else on the shop and I'll give you a discount. I was like, okay, great. So, of course, my first option is I'm like, oh, I'll just look on the shop for a cute dress and I'll do the discount because I'll save money. No, okay? Literally looking on the website. I'm aggressively scrolling. I have a meeting at lunch, but I don't care. Aggressively scrolling, aggressively dress shopping. Every single one of these dresses on the website is hideous. I swear. I chose the one dress on their entire website that was cute. So I called her back. I was like, canceling the order. And she's like, okay. And so then I was like, wow, I really need a prom dress because my prom is in like 2 weeks. And I was like, everything's being sold out because just earlier that day, my mom had tried to order my sister a dress, and right before she clicked order, it had just sold out. So I was stress scrolling. And then I looked at Revolve, and I was like, okay, all these dresses are a little cash, but maybe I'll just look more casual and get fun jewelry. So that's what we did. So I ordered this lilac-y lavender dress. We'll see how that goes. It doesn't really look like a prom dress, I'll be honest. But at that point, I was like, I don't care. I really don't care. And it's supposed to come tomorrow. So hopefully that actually works, because at the moment I am on my last limb, kind of done. And, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, that's so nice that right now the only thing I have to worry about is a prom dress. Because at the beginning of the year, I was stressing about a lot of things, college, grades, whatever. No, now my only worry was a prom dress. So that was kind of nice just to think about. But also at the same time, extremely stressful. But everything's okay. It's fine. We're doing well. So hopefully that'll fit. Because if it doesn't, I don't know. I'm going to have to go to Dillard's or something, because I don't know what I'm going to wear. It's like everyone wants me to go to prom naked at this point, because every single time I try to get a dress, it just doesn't work out. So, we'll see. Also this week, I was feeling really artsy, and randomly, because I had gotten out of school early for whatever reason, I don't know. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna paint. And I just got this sudden burst of artistic inspiration. And as someone who used to paint and has not painted in a while, or like not seriously painted in a while, humbling experience. Yeah. So I used to be good at painting. Like, I would say I was pretty good when I was like in middle school or whatever. That was my thing. I was like the artsy weird girl, whatever, right? And then I decided, okay, I'm not good at art, so I'm going to stop painting. And so randomly the other day I decided to start painting, because there was this girl on Instagram that I had seen, and I really like her paintings. And I even bought one of her prints, and it was from Australia, so it made it like really expensive, but it was really cute, and I wanted to put it in my dorm room, so I bought that. And then I follow all these artist people on my podcast account, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to be artsy and be like good at something. And so I tried painting something. I was like, ooh, so artistic. And I got about halfway through, and then I learned that the new season of Elite had come out, and I decided, no thanks, kind of done with that. So I just stopped it. I was like, I'll come back tomorrow. It's been like 2 or 3 days and I have not come back. I don't know if I will come back. Looking at it, I thought, like, when I was actually doing it, I was like, wow, I am amazing. I'm so good at everything. Everyone loves me. Like, just major ego boost. Looking at it 30 minutes later, like, what was I thinking? This sucks. This is horrible. So maybe I'll paint it over and make something, kind of cutesy, or maybe abstract, because I think abstract is where I do best, mainly because I can't actually draw real things. But it was kind of therapeutic just to paint stuff. Does it look good? Absolutely not. Not in any world does it look good. But it was fun. So that was kind of good. And then also, I went to my first ever like influencer launch party thing the other day. It was a Zoom meeting, but they still called it a launch party, which was kind of fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like such an influencer. But the funny thing to me was that whenever someone said the word influencer on the meeting, they corrected themselves to say creator. And I was like, are we not supposed to use the word influencer anymore? Like, is that not a thing? Not that I wouldn't consider myself an influencer. But I was like, are we not using this word? Is this an illegal word? I don't know. But anyway, there was a girl on the call who I used to be obsessed with when I was younger. She does like all these hair care videos for wavy hair. I'll just say her name. I don't care. It was India Batson, who I think that's how you say her name. I don't know. She has like really curly, wavy, blonde hair. And when I was first getting like involved, like learning about hair and stuff, I followed her and did a bunch of things, and she was in there, and I was kind of like fangirling a bit. But that was kind of cool because I was like, wow, kind of swaggy. But yeah. Weird experience, but also good at the same time. It was just kind of interesting. And I'm interested in doing something related to marketing, maybe for future, like in a job. So it was just interesting to see like what the brand did, how they're handling like affiliates and stuff like that. So that was just interesting to me. But they're launching something soon, which I'll be announcing soon since I got early access to it, which is wow, super cool. But yeah, you'll be seeing that in the next week or two, I think. So get hype, get excited. And now we're going to take a quick little break and then get right into my motivation tips. This week's episode is sponsored by Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa is a jewelry company focused on creating affordable pieces that you will fall in love with. With Mother's Day coming up, now is the perfect time to treat her and yourself. Ana Luisa is running a buy one, get one 40% off sale right now. Treat yourself to an elegant and affordable piece of jewelry while also finding the perfect gift for Mother's Day. Ana Luisa releases new jewelry collections every Friday, so you are sure to find something you'll love. Go to shop.analuisa.com/girlygirl. Make Mom's Day and treat her to new jewelry pieces with Ana Luisa's buy one, get one 40% off sale. One piece for her and one piece for you. Just click the link in the description of this episode to find your new go-to jewelry piece from Ana Luisa. Again, visit shop.analuisa.com/girlygirl. Okay, everyone. So, we're talking all about motivation. Personally, this week, I've been struggling with that. And what I would like to address first is that I feel like there's kind of a myth, I guess you could say, of people who think that someone out there, whoever it might be, maybe a friend, a parent, an influencer, someone you see online, is 100% motivated all the time, 24/7. Because I'm going to break it to you, y'all. No one is motivated every day, all day. Everyone, at any point in life, dreads doing stuff. A lot of people don't want to do stuff. You're not the only one who's sitting, trying to do math homework, thinking, maybe I'll do it in like 30 minutes. Maybe I'll do it in an hour. Nah, I'll just wake up early tomorrow and do it in the morning. And then you don't end up doing it, and then it's late, and then you're like, maybe I just won't do it at all. So just know, you're not the only person. Everybody struggles with motivation. There's not a thing that you can like make yourself, motivated all the time, but there is a way that you can discipline yourself to force yourself to do work even when you aren't feeling motivated, even when that's the last possible thing you want to do, when all you want to do is lay in bed and watch Netflix, okay? Because I feel you. I do. But sometimes that's not realistic in life. We can't just, crawl into our bed like a little cocoon. Sometimes we actually have to do work, even though it sucks. So first thing that helps me is when I'm not feeling motivated, when I don't want to do work. Specifically this time of year, I think it is so hard to feel motivated, to actually convince yourself to get work done and to find a reason to keep doing it. Because you're like, school ends in a month or two. Do I really care? Does it really matter if I miss that one assignment? Yeah, it kind of does. Because I don't know about you, but for me, if I miss one assignment, then I'm thinking, okay, if I miss another, that's not that big of a deal. Okay. Since I've already missed 2, might as well miss 3, so it just keeps like snowballing into something bigger. And then all of a sudden you have 12 missing assignments and they're all due tomorrow. So you don't want that to happen to you. So first thing I like to do that helps me get work done when I don't want to do work is make a schedule. Okay. I talk about this in all my productivity episodes, all my whatever school related things. Make a schedule. By this, I mean, it's the end of the year, right? So you have final exams coming up, maybe for most of you, or even final projects. Final assignments, whatever you have going on at the end of the year. Make a schedule outlining when you're going to do work. Make a study schedule. Which days are you going to start studying? What are you going to study each day? Maybe you have, like, hypothetically, I'll make up a situation in case you're confused. But let's say today is Monday and you have a math exam next Thursday. So you're like, okay, today is Monday. I want to start studying today. There were 10 units in my math class. On Monday, I'm going to go over Unit 1, Tuesday, Unit 2, Wednesday, Unit 3 and 4, and so on. And then maybe the night before, just not study as much and just kind of let everything soak in. Because my mindset is, if I don't know something the night before, I'm not going to know it tomorrow. So for me, there really is no reason to cram study. It's either I'm going to study far in advance or I'm not going to study at all. Okay? And I feel like for most people, you probably do want to study. That would be a good idea. But I don't know. If I study the night before, that's kind of the equivalent of me not studying at all because it's not beneficial. So I think always it's nice if you start studying in advance, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, an hour a day. Set aside the time. Add it into your schedule. If you have sports going on, what can you work around to add 30 minutes of studying after practice? 30 minutes of studying before you go to bed. Maybe waking up 30 minutes earlier if you work better in the morning. But figure out what time you work best. When do you actually have that free time, and kind of incorporate that into the parts of your schedule that you normally would just be kind of laying around, watching TikTok, wasting time. So make a schedule. I think that'll help, especially if you don't know where to start with studying. If you're kind of confused and you're like, okay, I have so much material to go over, where do I even begin? Make a schedule. Plan things out. Go through all the material you'll have. Organize it. That always helps. Next thing kind of related to that, I think it is helpful to write down everything you need to do to keep yourself accountable. Whether this is schoolwork, tasks, chores, basic things you need to do, whatever. Maybe you need to call someone later. You don't want to. Maybe you have a math test. You don't want to study. Maybe you need to clear the dishwasher. I don't know. Whatever you have to do. Whatever you might need to do, it's important to write things down. Because I know for me, I can be very forgetful and forget to do things, which is why I always have a to-do list with me. I'm always using Google Calendar, using a calendar I have on my desk, looking at my phone. What do I have upcoming? What's something that's small that I might have forgotten that I have had? So it helps me to actually plan things out in advance, because especially for those times when I'm not feeling motivated, when I don't want to do anything, if I already have something planned out, if I have already set aside the time to study, then at that point I'm like, okay, I have nothing else to do at this point in time, because all that I have left myself to do on this day at this exact time is to study. And that's when you kind of have to force yourself and just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I have to do. And yeah, you're not going to want to, okay? That's kind of the whole point. It's that even if you don't want to, you're going to have to, okay? So think about that a little bit. Another thing I would like to say is that it is not beneficial whatsoever to work yourself to death. If you're someone who's a perfectionist, you need to get 100 on every single assignment. You need to do everything perfectly, or else you feel inadequate. You totally value yourself based on academic success. Let's reel it back in, okay? Because I feel you. I do. I would say I am similar. If I do well on a test, I'm like, wow, I'm the best person ever. If I don't, I'm like, wow, okay, I suck. But at the same time, if you're overworking yourself, to the point of your studying not being effective, whatever you're doing not being effective, you're getting things wrong, your homework is not going well. At that point, it's time to take a productive break. And by productive, I don't necessarily mean actively doing work during your break, because break means break. Some people don't know that. Yep. But break means break. And break equals no work. But at the same time, you can have a productive break. This doesn't mean that you're studying for your government test and then you're like, okay, my break is going to be studying for biology. No, that's not a break. Okay. Productive break. For me, that means not going on my phone. That means maybe going outside. It's spring. It's a nice time of year. I don't know where y'all live, but where I live today, it is 70 degrees. It is sunny. I want to be outside. So take a walk. Walk your dog. Make yourself a snack. Go downstairs. But the opposite of a productive break is going on your phone, watching TikTok for 2 hours. While that is tempting, and while I have done that many times, I can tell you I get more stuff done. I feel more motivated to continue my work if I'm not going on my phone every 5 minutes, if I'm not watching TikTok for hours, because I always tell myself, okay, if I get all X amount of work done, I can go on my phone later. I can watch a movie later, watch my show later. But I need to get my work done first, and I need to reach whatever level of work I want to get done before I can actually go on my phone and do all those mindless activities. So think about changing a TikTok, Instagram, social media break for a more productive break, having time away from your phone. And going along with that, when you are trying to study, when you are trying to do work, I think it's important to remove distractions from your study area. For me, this means putting my phone in a drawer, or I'll throw my phone and put it on my bed because my desk faces away from my bed, so I don't have to look at it. Maybe you need to put your phone out of the room. I don't know. But I put my phone in a drawer if I don't want to see it, because I notice when I don't do this, when my phone is just charging right next to me, I'm like, I'm kind of bored right now. I don't want to do this. Maybe I'll just go on Instagram for like 5 minutes. 30 minutes later, still haven't done my work, still on Instagram, and now I feel bad about myself because I'm like, oh my God, I still have so much to do. So don't be like me. Don't do that. If you can try. I mean, obviously, yeah, nobody's perfect, and you're not gonna do every single one of these things every day. I'm not saying that, but these are helpful tips just to consider if you want to actually do well on your exams, if you want to finish the year strong, if you want to quote unquote stay motivated, get your work done, kind of battle senioritis, because yeah, deep down, maybe you're still gonna feel like this is stupid. I'm already in college, or if you're not a senior, it already feels like summer, okay? I already feel like I'm done with the school year. Why does it matter? You might still feel like that, but at the end of the day, if you have any type of academic goal, if you have any goal whatsoever in life that you need to do well in school, you can't just decide all of a sudden that school is not worthwhile and that you're not going to do any work. Even if it is tempting, even if all you want to do is lay down. Can't. Get your work done and then lay down. I literally sound like my dad. I genuinely sound like my dad, and that, ugh, God. Anyway, love him, but ugh. Sorry to be everybody's mom at the moment, but this is how it is. So, yeah, next thing. Well, I've been talking a lot about doing well academically at the end of the year. I also think that you shouldn't put your academics so far above everything else that it takes away from the fun aspects of ending the school year, the fun aspects of just being with your friends, hanging out, because studying, doing well in school should not completely take that away from you. So it's important to balance your social life with your academic life, especially at the end of the school year. Because on one hand, you don't want to be sitting inside all day, every day, studying for hours, doing homework for hours. You're already at school for hours, okay? We don't need to be studying for hours and hours with no breaks, not doing anything fun, because then you're just going to resent it and you're not going to want to do work. And it's going to keep building and building until at one point you just feel completely no motivation. You don't want to do anything and you just burn out and stop. So that's not what we want. On the other hand, the more positive side, the more fun side. Of course, you want to study, you want to do well, but we're also going to have fun. We're going to hang out with friends. And everything is not just about studying. We're going to go outside, okay? Because you know that painful feeling. You're sitting inside, you're doing work, and you just keep looking out the window, and it looks so nice out. It's like 70 degrees, and you just want to go outside. Pro tip, bring your homework outside. Study outside. If you have a back porch, go outside. If you don't, sit in your yard. Get a picnic blanket. Get a lawn chair. I don't know. Sit in the back of your car. I don't know. Go to a park. There you go. But you can do work outside, and I think that is a good thing because 1, vitamin D. 2, you're just taking advantage of the environment you're in, and also it's kind of fun to change up where you've been studying, where you do work, because sometimes if you're studying at the same desk every day for a while, it just kind of gets boring, kind of feels dull, you're losing motivation. But if you're going outside to a new place, wow, I'm so motivated. This is so cute of me. I'm having a picnic at a park, but also doing work. Wow, I'm so productive. I'm so smart. There you go. Life hacks with Carmen. Boom. Also, just speaking about senioritis, if you don't know what that is, because I don't know if I said anything in the beginning, senioritis pretty much just means it's usually like in seniors in high school or I guess college, where you are already into college. So it's kind of like a 1 foot out of the door thing. You already feel like you're gone, so you don't feel like motivated to do work. But my thing is, I feel like everyone kind of experiences senioritis. I know I have felt senioritis every spring for years, okay? I just am not motivated. I'm just ready for summer. I'm kind of done. It's been a good time, ready to dip. So just know that I'm feeling that at the moment. It's okay if you're feeling that, but senioritis or lack of motivation should not stop you from doing well or for achieving the academic goals that you set for yourself or just life goals in general. But also I want to reiterate the fact that no one is motivated 24/7 all day, every day. I mean, I'm sure some people are more motivated than others, but also no one's motivated all the time. But people still are getting work done. And I think the biggest thing that helps me is that if I have a routine, if I purposefully set aside time to do work, then I'm gonna get the work done. Then I'm leaving myself that only option of, okay, I have nothing better to do than study. And that's kind of the mindset that I'm in at this point because I have AP exams coming up and my thing is I'm like, okay, like I could sit on my phone and watch TikTok all day, but that's boring. If I have the time, I might as well just study because at this point I'm like, what better thing do I have to do? You know? Have I started studying? No, but that is besides the point. I'm going to soon. Okay, my exams are in a few weeks, so I have not started studying. But I don't have any real final exams. I only have AP exams, I believe. So for me, those aren't as big of a thing just because I don't know. I don't put as much emphasis on those than actual finals since they aren't necessarily affecting my GPA. So I'm not the biggest person about AP exams. I'm going to get a 5. No, if I get a 3, life is good. And that's fine with me. So that's what I'm aiming for. But yeah, just know, remember, also another thing, I want you to picture yourself in a month or 2 or 3. Just imagine it's summer, school's over, you're going to be sitting thinking, wow, I'm really bored. I wish I had something to do. Girl, now just know, wherever you are, you're always going to be looking for something next. You're always going to want to do the next thing. So it's important just to think about where you are, get your stuff done, and also look forward to the summer. Of course, just know if you put in the work now, you're not going to have to put in as much work later, right? So that's what always helps me, is just that little gentle reminder of thinking, okay, well, I just have to get through a few more weeks and then it's officially summer and it's my summer before college. So I'm going to have fun and I'm going on a lot of trips this summer. So I'm super excited about that. So just think about the things you're excited for and just know that the more work you're putting in now and the more effort you're putting in, the less you're gonna have to put in later. And just know, over the summer, you'll probably be thinking, wow, I wish I had something to do. And over the school year, you're thinking, wow, I wish I didn't have anything to do. So it's like that thing where people who have straight hair want curly hair, people who have curly hair want straight hair. You always want something you can't have. So, I mean, just do the work, man. I don't know how else to say that, because you gotta do it, and it's hard, and it's boring, but it's gonna be summer soon, okay? And that's all that matters. It's gonna be summer soon. Your exams are gonna be done soon, and over the summer, maybe you might miss school, maybe you might not, and that's perfectly valid, both responses. So, take everything in. Get as much done as you can, put as much effort in as you can, and just know that everything will be okay. And no matter how much you're stressing out right now, or even if you're not stressing out, everything will still be okay. You'll do fine. Your exams will be fine. And then once they're done, they're done. So you don't have to worry about it really after, because there's nothing else you can do. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Wow. Cha-ching. So make sure you are following me on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest at the Girly Girl Podcast, so you can see more from me throughout the week. I post some reels, TikTok things, motivational quotes, relatable content, and you'll just get to hear more from me throughout the week. Episode updates, what an episode is going to be like. If you're always like, Carmen, how do I send in a story for a story time episode? My Instagram. So make sure you're following my Instagram, because I always post on my stories how you can send in a story. So keep an eye out for that. Also, make sure you leave a rating and review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whichever is your preferred podcast listening network. And finally, make sure to check out the link in the description of this episode to visit Ana Luisa, the jewelry company that I mentioned earlier, to get a buy one, get one 40% off sale. Y'all, I swear their jewelry is absolutely gorgeous. I was wearing the ring that I got earlier today. It is so beautiful, such high quality, and very affordable. So definitely check that out if you're interested, and give a little gifty to your mom, because she loves you and it's nice to give back to the people that we love. So I hope y'all have an amazing day, an amazing week, and stay in there. I know these last few months are hard, but you got it. Bye, y'all.